But those small details and that time just that he takes to kind of run us through things and explain and pause when we need to pause and get done what we need to get done. I mean, it makes all the difference.
Especially when the field's like shrunk, right?
Yeah, exactly. In the red zone, that's when everything is magnified. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The mistakes are magnified. I mean, it's points. You playing with points. It's either you get 3 or you get 7. So I mean, it's a 4-point swing any way you take it.
Going back to that from your rookie season, what do you remember about the first time Sean was moving people around and this attention to detail?
I didn't know what was going on. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what was going on. I was just trying to fall in line. I remember it was me and Ted Ginn. We came in at the same time, so we were just trying to figure it out. Everything was moving so fast, and I'll never forget B. Cole and Mark and Willie. They was just pushing us which way to go. We'll call a formation and B. Cole. Sometimes I know I'm going with B. Cole, or me and Ted know we're going opposite from each other, so we'll pull each other in it's kind of direct traffic. But I mean, just throughout that year, I kind of got to understand why. Sometimes you'll see something happen and you don't know why, so you just think it's a waste of time. You're like, man, what is he doing? That's how I used to feel early in the season with Sean. But then you got to game 5, 6, 7, 10, and I'm like, dang, this dude is a mastermind. Everything he's doing is for a reason. Because that's my biggest thing. I hate wasting time. I hate wasting time. So once you realize the why and the what, why, when, it's crazy. To see everything come full circle.
I mean, you kind of talked about it when you guys were in Dallas. That Sean loved that atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at what the team's done without Drew the last couple of years. What the team's done without all the guys on IR this year. Seems like that sort of stuff, that adversity just does bring out the best in him. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think he proving people wrong.
Yeah.
He loves that. He likes that aha moment where it's oh, they said this, but aha, we proved them wrong. I mean, I don't think it's not for anybody. It's not for anybody other than himself and us. He'll come up to me and be like, "I told you," and I'm like, "Well, I'm on your side. We're in this together." But I think he likes that. But I mean, it's just somebody. He's super competitive, and he's challenging everybody around him every day. He's challenging himself every day, and I think if it's as good as he does or as bad as he does, I think he's the hardest critic on himself than anybody. He don't care about the media. He don't care about anything. I think he grades himself harder than anyone ever could grade him ever.
One of the things Malcolm was saying about it, Malcolm Jenkins was saying about it, was there's a sense of ownership with the team with it too, though.
Yeah.
And that he trusts his leaders to go out and actually kind of establish the culture that he wants.
Oh yeah. I think, and that's why I don't think there's never a panic in our facility. I think because I like you said, the leaders, we all kind of get the message. We know what Sean wants. We know what it's supposed to look like. So it's never a time where Sean has to just blow up and go crazy and I guess try to get a reaction out of us. We know what it's supposed to be. And it's sometimes it's just subtle things hey, yo, we gotta, this not right. We know you don't know how it's supposed to look, and we kind of everybody else just fall in line. But from the top to the bottom, I mean, we kind of it's like an accountability thing. It's some certain things don't fly. It's certain things you can do with your mom that you can't do with your dad. I think that's across the board. The guys that are coming in, the free agents or the younger guys, whoever it is, the guys at the top that have been here, that's your dad. It's no, you can't. You can't do that around them. So, I mean, I don't think it's ever a time where we panic. Like I said, everybody just kind of falls in line and knows what the standard is.
Did you like the duo setup, or do you you're 85% of the snaps this year, before it's kind of you and someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the setup better than
Yeah, I'm cool. It don't really make a difference to me. I mean, maybe a couple extra minutes soaking in Epsom salt or something, but I mean, it's all good. I think, every game has a life of its own. So I mean, as the season goes on, the flows will kind of switch up, and maybe it might be a game where, my percentage of snaps is down or higher even. I don't know, but I'm cool, and I'm just with my number called. I'm in there doing what I got to do.
You join Malcolm in the Premier League ownership anytime soon?
Am I joining?
Yeah, you gonna get your own like?
Oh
over
man,
there?
I don't know. They doing a lot with that. I think Mark, and who else? Some other people. I forgot who else I saw. I forgot, but I don't know. I'm tied up right now.
Lots of time with NASCAR and juice.
Yeah, just NASCAR, juice, all type of stuff.
Yeah, how tough is that crowd in Seattle? Is that
Man, who was talking about it? Me and Teron were talking about it at practice, and he was like, "Hey, you played there when it was full?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, we played there 2 years ago." He was like, "Oh yeah, it was crazy because that was the week after Drew got hurt, and then Teddy was in there, so I think we was getting to the line, and it was like 5 seconds left on the clock, and we had to burn some timeouts and kind of settle down and get our cadence right and get our timing right. But it's a loud place. It's definitely a football environment, to say the least. So, we got to be on point with getting to the huddle, getting the calls in, and executing our job.
James was talking about like football weather the other day. Do you like playing in like 40, 50 degree weather? Or you prefer to be?
It's cool. I don't like rain.
Yeah.
If it's 40 to 50 and dry, I'm cool. But I mean, it's a outdoor stadium, so you got to deal with the elements, whatever it is. We got to deal with it. But it is definitely football weather. I think that's like a southern thing.
Yeah.
I think because you talk to dudes on the West Coast, they always got perfect weather. And then up north, it's like it's either nice or shitty, like it's snowing. But like the South, it's like, all right, you get summer and then you get that kind of, it's getting fall, you feel it, and then get cold on the back end. But it's yeah, Jameis, I agree with him. We got like football weather coming.
the rain? Does it force you to approach the game differently, like your game plan or how you handle things or anything like that?
I don't think it affects the game plan, but I think there's just a heightened sense of awareness on ball security and I'm returning punts and things like that. So it's just a little bit more focus on securing the ball, securing catches, and then if it really gets wet, then you go. Sean talks about visors, and then you kind of switch up for weather gloves and stuff like that. But it don't really affect game plan. Like we're not in the team meeting room like, yeah, we can't run this play because it's raining. Like, it is what it is. We get paid a lot of money to execute.
It's artificial turf there, though.
Yeah, it's artificial turf.
Otherwise, Sean would be talking about.
Sean will probably still be talking about footing. That's his thing. Anytime he get a chance to talk about feet, he gonna talk about it, and then he gonna try to promise us like pedicures or something. I don't know.
Is that the toughest stadium you play in?
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I think the only time it really affects me is obviously if we get to the line and we got to burn the timeout. That's when I realize like, oh dang, it's loud, it's super loud. But I think before kickoff, that's really when I hear the crowd and realize the crowd, and then like touchdowns or like scores or change in field position or something like that. I mean, change in possession. Other than that, I'm kind of like zoned in. Crowd noise don't really affect me. But it's I think if we ranking it out of the stadiums in the league, it's probably there and like Minnesota. Loud, like we got great atmosphere. Not counting us, obviously, but yeah, they're in Minnesota.
I'm not excited to get out this final on Monday night. When everybody in the country's watching.
It's another day for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Monday Night Football, when you coming up, it's like it's a big thing. But now I'm here. It's a work day. It's another opportunity, another game. Matter of fact, I don't like Monday night because then we got to turn around and play on Sunday. It's a short week, so yeah, I don't like Sunday night. I'm happy you asked that. I mean Monday night. You lose a day.
It's been a long year, it's all good.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Only one home game, yeah.
You gotta balance it out, and you gotta find some balance.
All right.
Cool. Yep.